The only reason I'm entertaining this tub thing for so long and allowing it to fill in this noisy way is because I'm gonna be here for a while. And I didn't think I was gonna be. Thought I was gonna do a quick and dirty one, but I feel like I have a lot to talk about. Wow. All right. Let's see here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, welcome to Lauren's Dreamhouse. I'm Lauren LaRoe. This is a very special episode of Get in the Tub, tub talking. Today we're in the tub once again. Last time I did a tub episode, it was kind of like a test to see how it would sound, to see how it would feel. The verdict was that it's excellent. Big fan. And apparently, you guys really like it too. I thought that using my headphones was like shitty or like a bad idea, bad quality, lazy, whatever. And it's definitely not lazy, because, I am grinding, but we'll get into that in a second. I was just kind of self-conscious about using the headphones because I thought that like these are literally like Apple headphones. They're the shitty ones that come with your phone. And the feedback so far has been like, not only is it good quality and like pretty much indistinguishable from like my original 3 studio episodes, which is hysterical and sad, but the verdict is also that the headphones are like endearing and sweet, and I think that's adorable. So, good. I'm glad you like it. Glad I can be here in the tub. I'm wearing a bathing suit because there's water in this tub. I'm actually taking a bath right now, and I'm probably going to start washing my hair strategically, of course, to avoid ruining all of my technology here. But I do have a glass of bourbon and a CBD bath bomb in this shit right now. I must say, this is a glorious way to end what has been a really beautiful day, a beautiful and busy day for sure. Super beautiful, super busy. Beautiful weather, beautiful friends, beautiful life. I'm very lucky. Oh my God, wait, no, hold on. I have to my tub's draining. It's not supposed to drain. It's so embarrassing. I thought I closed it. I guess I'm too powerful. What am I gonna do? I can't be in a cold, wet tub. Wow, you guys are really watching this in real time, watching me struggle. You can't even see me, but at least now you can prove that there's water in the tub. I could turn the camera down, but if you want to see me in my entire bathing suit, that's probably something that you should have to pay for. Also, hey, Grammy. My grandma is always with us, not in the room, but she's my biggest fan of this podcast, and I'm happy that she's listening, and hello. It is a pleasure to have you here, as always. I said that I would give her a little, a Carol Burnett style, tug on my ear, or some kind of, thing to do that just she and I would know that it's for us. But I figured, why not just shout her out? So every episode, I guess I'll just be like, "What up, creamers, dreamers, and grandma?" That sounds normal. Hold on, let's fill up this tub a little bit more. And while we're at it, cheers. Oh, yeah. That is just, I mean, this is delightful. Truly delightful. I'm just going to let it run for a second. I really do need this bath. Not only for cleanliness purposes, but also for relaxing and keeping my fucking head on my shoulders, because it's been a long week or week and a half. I mean, I know that it's been, I guess, a week and a half since the last time I posted an episode. I'm just going to let it fill a little bit more. You're really going to have to bear with me. I'm trying to do 100 things at once. While I'm filming this, I'm exporting 2 videos. And, I mean, I was at the beach today, but I was sending emails all day, coordinating things all day. I've been sending people pictures of my to-do list for this week. And it's so big that I put it on a poster board. So that gives you maybe a little idea into what's going on here. One more moment. Wow, it's so nice in here. Fuck. Are you jealous? Are you upset? I have like rubber in here, trying to like stop my drain with my drain stopper with a cloth towel over it, and all of the water is still just escaping. I just don't want my bath bomb juice to escape out. This is one of those real raw pots. Sometimes we're polished, sometimes we have the light, sometimes we have clothes on, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're just in the tub, and it's just you and me and the water and the bourbon and the stories. And the only reason I'm entertaining this tub thing for so long and allowing it to fill in this noisy way is because I'm gonna be here for a while. And I didn't think I was gonna be. Thought I was gonna do a quick and dirty one, but I feel like I have a lot to talk about. However, it will end when I feel like it should end. So, alright, I guess that's enough water for now. You hear that? The water's escaping. I mean, like, I'm annoyed. How do I... Oh... Because, like, the worst thing is, like, getting out of the tub. No one likes that. Bro, stop. Oh, my God. It's ridiculous. One more second. I'm sorry. You know what, guys? I'm literally just going to sit in this tub until it runs out of water. And I really... Ooh, if I hold it down with my foot, then we're chilling. All right, so I'm going to try to hold it down with my foot because I really want to keep this CBD juice in here. It feels really good. And my muscles need it. My back is spazzing out. I've been stressed as fuck in good and bad ways. The bad way, of course, being the mouse catastrophe that I've dealt with over the past few days. Truly a harrowing experience that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Um, this is like upsetting. Ugh. It's like, do I start the episode over? I don't want to. I want to be in the tub. Let's see if we just put this over it. Yeah. All right. It's just going to have to be what it is. Okay. So formally getting started. Fuck. Best episode of my life, you guys. No, look, it's been a long day, it's been a long week, it's been a long month, it's been a long quarter. A lot of things going on, a lot of really positive, cool life changes, but not without all of the hard work that kind of corresponds with it. So, I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not a stranger to hard work, but also like your boy is really just waking up at 6:30, starting work at 7, stopping work at 9 or 10, then doing work for other people afterwards, and going to bed at 2 a.m. and starting the whole thing over again. Trying my hardest to stay healthy and, sane and have nice work-life balance, but I mean, it kind of came to like a very comical, rapid halt. Oh, that's nice. God, that's so nice. The good news didn't come to a halt. And the work hasn't come to a halt. It's just that I was gifted a friend. And this is a friend that I didn't want. And you might be wondering, what the fuck are you talking about? And the funny thing, guys, is I'm not even drunk yet. I had a sip of that bourbon just now. I am literally so burnt out that it's hard for me to string together words and sentences, but it's why I like having a producer in the room to kind of make things a little more fluid and interesting and feel like I'm playing off of some energy in the room. But when you're working with a schedule like this, you can't be like, hey, can you come over and film at 11 and then get the fuck out afterwards so that I can finish the rest of my work, So this mouse story, I mean, where the fuck do I even begin? So I lived in an apartment across the street from this one with my ex-boyfriend. And it was a lovely little apartment, and we moved in March, and by about May, I believe, we started seeing roaches. And that obviously fucking sucked. Who wants to wake up and go into the shower all sleepy and groggy first thing in the morning and see like a roach the size of like your palm in the tub? I would wake him up, not the roach, my ex. What's the difference? Just kidding. No, really, I would wake him up and I would be like, can you kill the fucking bug, please, so I can shower because I don't want to do it. And if I try to kill it and it runs away, I'm going to kill myself. It's going to not be cool. I can't do this. And he would kill it. And then eventually I would just like stop waking him up and I would just take his dress shoes because they had like a large flat bottom. Just like him. Whoa! Really just going hard on it today, aren't I, folks? But, it'd be funny if he listened to this. I don't think he does. If he does, then fucking don't. You're not going to like it. Um, anyway, I had my fair share of like run-ins with pests in that old apartment, but then I moved out of that apartment in August, so I didn't have to deal with roaches anymore. And when I was staying in friends' places in the interim, there were no pests or anything either, which is cool. And I know that when you live like in a city environment, like they're all there. It's just like it's a matter of like how many, right? So they always say that if you see the stuff, if you see the bugs, if you see the mice, if you see whatever, then you have a problem, right? Because they like to be hidden. They're kind of like avoiding you until you go to sleep. I mean, I think they're both nice. My hair. They both are nocturnal, I believe. I know mice are, but I don't really know if roaches like sleep. I don't know if that's how they work. But if you see them, you have a problem. So we would see the roaches, and then like we would go to do laundry, and we would have like roaches falling out of our clothes or like hiding under stuff. Like it was really fucked up, and we didn't have like garbage laying around, or like it wasn't like a dirty place. It was just like a bad apartment. So lucky to get out of there, and then I've been living in this place since January, and I haven't seen a single bug, a single, not even like an ant or like a fly, like nothing whatsoever. And I consider myself very lucky, but I also know that I keep a very clean home, and I don't have food laying around, and I don't leave like the doors or windows open, or I had like one vent in this kitchen that was open, and I realized in my last apartment that uh, some of the roaches were coming out of the vents that didn't have like screens on them. So when I noticed that my kitchen vent was open, I just like covered it with a flat piece of poster board, and then I put like duct tape around it so there were no cracks, no creases, and that there was like no way for anything to come in. So for all I knew, I had a pretty tight seal on this shit. You feel me? Um, but then I would say in like May, in this apartment this year, I started seeing like little droplets or droppings. Droplets, gross. Um, and I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. And I kind of was in denial for a second because I'd never seen anything. I'd never heard anything. There were no chewed holes in my shit. Um, I was just like, you know, I hope that this, if anything, because like roach droppings and mouse droppings kind of look similar. I believe they're kind of like little grains of like smaller than a grain of rice, but like rice shaped. If that makes any sense, kind of like double tapered grains. Disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah. And then after a while, like there weren't that many, but I was like, how long am I going to just pretend that I'm not seeing this, right? So I started like, you know, I'm a busy person. So when I deep clean, by deep clean, I mean like mop everything, wipe every surface, vacuum every surface, dust everything, um, zero laundry, like nothing in the hamper. Like, I mean, like complete reset on this ship. Um, I usually do that like once, maybe twice a month, but I vacuum like every day because I lose a ton of hair. And like I'm not going bald. But I've been losing a crazy amount of hair since I was like, I don't even know, since I was a kid. I just lose a ton of hair, grow it right back. It's just like my hair falls out like crazy. Probably some kind of estrogen dominance, I suspect, but alas, um, I am too busy to get a blood test. So we just kind of vacuum up the hair and move on. Um, all of this is to say that I am not a dirty motherfucker, right? I'm like a clean person. I always tell people that like if things get awry around my house, I'm not a dirty person, I'm a messy person. And to me, the difference is that a dirty person will leave crumbs, dirt, wrappers, garbage and, you know, food things laying around. Hold on, I'm going to do a dip real quick. God, it's so nice. I just kind of wanted to wet my hair a little bit. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, I'm having a good time. Oh, I'm having such a good time. Okay, back to the story. So, I'm messy, I'm not dirty. So instead of having like shit around, like I'll have laundry, like clean laundry that I haven't folded yet on my couch for 2 weeks. But I won't have dishes in the sink or like food left out or cups, wrappers, like stuff like that. Um, so I kind of thought that like I was safe because there was no food residue or stuff that like mice would like, or so I thought. You guys, I mean, when I say trauma, you don't know the half of it. So I started seeing droppings, and then I would clean extra hard. And then I would like make sure that I take the garbage out more regularly and not have like recycling or like, full bags of stuff on the floor in my kitchen. Just like being as proactive as humanly possible. And then I would kind of like the droppings would disappear for like 2 weeks. And I'd be like, okay, I'm in the clear. And then they would like return again. And I'd be like, what does this mean? Like, and it's crazy because I work from home. I'm always home. God, my hair is just, I mean, what are we going to do about you? Um, I work from home. I'm always home. So I always figured that if there was some kind of thing that I would see it during the day, during the night, like maybe I would hear it, whatever. But I never heard anything. I never saw anything. The only thing I saw was droppings. And it was like, I mean, it was confusing because there was like nothing left out. And I've inspected my apartment from top to bottom for holes, and everything is pretty sealed up. The only thing that I can think of is that like there might be a hole behind the oven, which would make sense because, I mean, it's a pretty good way to hide a hole if you ask me. Put a big fat oven in front of it, right? Um, or maybe the oven made the hole. I don't really know how oven installations work, but I digress. So I was telling my dad about this problem, and he was like, you definitely have a problem. And I was like, I don't want to hear that, old man. I want you to tell me that it's all silly little thoughts in my head and that nothing's wrong and that I'm not going to have rats or mice biting my toes in my sleep. And he was like, well, look, do you have any traps? I said, no. Because I'm kind of the mindset that, like, if you have a thing on the floor with peanut butter, wow, spit everywhere. If you have a thing on the floor with peanut butter or cheese, like, that's going to attract mice. So, like, I'd rather not, like, bring them out of their hiding hole and into my home just to catch them. What if I just, like, repel them as best as possible? So he said that our neighbor, our hometown neighbor, like where they live, they have this like ultrasonic plug-in device where once you press the button and turn it on, it emits this kind of high pitched frequency, like that only rodents and bugs can hear. And it's so unpleasant that they are repelled, and you are protected without any chemicals or traps or whatever. So I was like, obviously, that's ideal. I prefer that for sure. And I had that plugged in for like a month and a half, maybe. And I didn't see any droppings, and I didn't see any evidence of anything. And I thought I was in the clear. And then, like 2 weeks ago, maybe, I'm like laying in bed, and I start hearing like rustling noises. And immediately I just like stiffen up, and I'm like, no, 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 no. And, it's so dumb of me to ignore that, because the walls in my apartment are so good and so thick that like I can't hear shit. Like you can only hear what's going on in the hallway. So like the door is thin, but the walls are like solid concrete. Like you can't even like drill into them. It's kind of crazy. So they're very thick. But I was thinking at the time, I was like, maybe there are mice in the walls. Maybe they're just in the walls. And maybe I'm safe. Maybe it's fine. And I never saw any droppings. But I would hear noises at night, and I would be like, wow, I guess I'm just super paranoid. And I'm crazy, and I'm hearing things, and isn't that fun? And then, like, I swear, like, once or twice, I saw something run across the floor. But you know me. I'm out here, you know, token and joking, and you feel me? So I'm like, I'm probably just a little quirked up, and I'm just hallucinating. And I would be stubborn about it. I would look at the spot where I saw things move for like 5 whole minutes at a time, and I wouldn't see anything, So I was like, damn, all right, so I guess I'm crazy, cool. And then the other night, it's like 2 a.m. All I want to do is go to sleep. I have so much work to do, to get up early, so early every day, just to like stay in my room in my apartment and work, which I really don't mind. I'd rather enjoy it. But my point is that like, as much as I like to stay up late, you boys gotta sleep. I can't be up late dealing with nonsense or watching dumb shit or whatever. Like I gotta rest, or else if I keep running on empty, then I'm gonna fall ill, and I don't deserve that. So it's like 2 a.m. and I'm on my computer. Oh, I'm on my computer and I'm just minding my own business, and I see a fucking mouse run across my floor on the opposite side of the room. And the only thing I can do is I just go, no. Out loud. No one was there. I was alone. I just go, no, 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 no. I couldn't believe it. Just, no, please. Anything but this. Especially anything but this at 2:00 fucking clock in the morning on a Thursday. I think it was, or Wednesday. No, yeah, it was Thursday. Um, by the way, in case like I move around, oh, you can't even see it. I was gonna say, I have a giant scar on the side of my boob, and like, yes, I'm wearing clothes, but like, I wore boob tape the other day, and when I took it off, it ripped all of my skin off, and it was bleeding. So I have like a bunch of holes in my tits. So another really cool thing that happened to me was that. Moving on. So I go, no, 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 no. And now I'm like, well, okay, what do I want to do? What I want to do is sleep outside. I have a balcony, so I could do that. I have a balcony with a couch and pillows, and I mean, it was fucking hot that night, and like the bugs out there have been kind of crazy, and I would have been eaten alive, like to the point where I would have had like mosquito poisoning. Like, I don't even really know if that's possible. Um, oh no. Oh man. This bath bomb is giving me a rash. Just gotta breathe, dude. You just gotta breathe. I got the best opportunity of my life coming at me on Thursday. I'm gonna have the sickest day, probably of the year, until I have my show in October, which I'll tell you guys about a little later when I have more concrete details for you because I don't want you to get event fatigue, which is a real thing. Fuck, I'm itchy. No. My point is great things are happening to me every day, but also crazy things are happening to me every day. And when you try to relax, sometimes just the universe goes, "Why? Why? You have too many things to do. You have a 60 item to-do list that is due on Thursday. Why are you taking a bath on camera, Lauren?" And to that I say the people need content. Okay, so I digress once more. Uh, so I wanted to sleep outside, and I really couldn't. Like, I mean, I would have slept outside if it was freezing. Like, because I mean, you don't really get. Oh my god, I'm itchy now. Fuck. Damn it. Oh, what a fucking. All right, sorry. Focus, Lauren. Focus. Oh, so I'm in my room, and the mouse goes by, and I contemplate sleeping outside, and it's just not possible. So I weigh my options, and they're not looking good. I'm like, I can't really go anywhere. I can't go to anyone's place. I can't call anyone to fix the situation. So I guess I have to just fucking deal with it, which is obscene. And it's 2 in the morning. So I saw it move across the room. On the floor next to my TV, I have 2 records. I have a Tiny Tim album, God Bless Tiny Tim, and George Benson on Broadway, um, on either side of my TV. And the mouse goes behind the George Benson record because I guess she has good taste. And one sec. Because now I hate that. Oh, so it's behind the record and it's just not moving. And I'm like, well, if I turn my back, I'm not going to know where it goes. And if I charge at it, will it kill me? If I charge at it, will it run away? Will it like get scared and shit everywhere? Will it like, eat my toes? I don't know. I don't know what mice do, but I don't want to know. I don't want any part of it. I have enough friends. Okay? I don't need a little freegan in my apartment. So I approach it maybe a couple inches and I'm just frozen. Like I can't do anything. I'm standing on top of my couch looking at this area and I'm just flabbergasted. Fight like full on fight or flight, no idea what to do. And so I try to formulate a plan. Now at this point, I just wish I had a gun. Because I mean, the only way to stop a mouse is with a good guy with a gun. I think people say that all the time. Um, I didn't have a gun, nor did I have any kind of like slingshot apparatus. It was 2 in the morning. I was a little weeded up. Um, and I really didn't have a good plan of attack here. So unfortunately, I waited too long, and the mouse then darted under the couch. And at this point, I'm like, well, I guess I'm not sleeping tonight because was I ready to poke the couch and like free the mouse? No. I didn't want it to go crazy. I didn't want it to scream at me, which it was. And, I'm like looking around for like boxes, traps. Like, I don't have traps. I don't have like the sticky stuff. So, like, after a really like embarrassing half hour of like standing on top of all my furniture, like the floor is lava, I try to like reach for boxes and like broomstick handles and, things that I can like tape up and put together to kind of like make a giant fly swatter or like a big like box trap thing. Um, and then, I mean, I would say I did this for another 2 hours. And at that point, I asked my friend for advice on what I should do. And they said, ooh, um, well, make your bed into an island so that it can't crawl on you. And I said, is it going to crawl on me? Are you saying that it's going to crawl on me in my sleep and eat my toes? And they said no. And then I remembered my friend Tina said that she used to have to sleep in like a tinfoil suit, just so like because mice can't chew through tinfoil, I guess, or it like makes their brain hurt or something. Maybe the radio waves overcome them, and they are incapacitated through some kind of electromagnetic stunning mechanism. Um, Science is difficult, uh, and so is physics, and so are mice. But I, at this point, am truly not even willing to go into my kitchen where the tinfoil lives because I'm like, well, the mouse is gonna eat my toes. So I was told to go and make my bed an island, and I said, can it crawl? Like, this is a dumb question, but can it climb surfaces? Can it get in my bed? And they were basically just like, not unless like it's next to stuff that it can like climb on top of, like stairs. Like I can't jump to the second story of a building, but damn it, I can walk up some stairs, so that makes fucking sense to me. So, then I'm looking on my phone. The mouse is still not coming out from under the couch. And I'm like, well, what can I do to prevent it from like coming into my bed? Because, I mean, really though, like if I woke up to a mouse next to me, like I I would just leave. Like I would take a full pack of matches and I would light them from my teeth, and I would just throw them over my shoulder and just go scorched earth on this apartment and say, well, I'll just get a new everything then. That is if I lived through the mouse snuggling experience, because I mean, I quite certainly would die if that ever really happened to me. So I made my bed an island. I kept all my lights on. I blasted my TV and my speaker to keep it a noisy and active environment so that the mouse would be too scared to leave the area and just kind of go to sleep under my couch, I guess, was my thought process. So sad. Oh, so I eventually fall asleep at like 5:30, and I wake up at 7:30 to work, and I'm fucking exhausted. And at this point, I'm like looking at every itchy looking everywhere I go, like before I sit down, because like mind you, like I sat on a bee last week, so like nature and I aren't really cool right now, and I don't know why, because I recycle. I don't have a car. Sure, I use some paper, but I use a lot of digital stuff too. My carbon footprint is that of a woman's bounded foot. So tiny was my point. The joke there is that if you bind your feet are small. Get it? I don't even like this that much. But I just want to chill. Honestly, I should get my weed. But I don't think I should smoke in front of my grandma. So we continue. I wake up and I'm just traumatized, exhausted. But it like doesn't mean that I don't have a fuckload of shit to do. Like, I should have started working at 6:30. Like, every day it's like I wake up and I'm like, well, at least I got sleep in, but now I'm going to have to work until 10 at night, or midnight or later or whatever, depending on, what the situation is. So I had promised myself that immediately upon waking up in the morning, I would go get traps and peppermint oil, which apparently repels mice, and peppermint mop fluid. And I spent $107 on traps and repelling materials, which hurt to do because, like, I would have rather spent $100 on any other fucking thing. I would have rather spent $100 on a Nazi membership. What's a Nazi membership? Why does it cost $100? Oh, so dumb. I mean, this is really your last brain cell right here, folks. Woo! Sorry if I yelled into the microphone and you got headphones on, but I mean, you know what you're paying for. And by that, I mean this is free. So I spend $107 on preventative supplies, and I would say, like, maybe like 4:30. Everything has been set up. I put so much. This is probably the best part. So I bought all this stuff, right? I mop everything with the peppermint soap. And so that is like very fumey and very like, invasive in your nose holes. and your throat and your ear, just like your eyes, like everything is just like wide open and screaming um, how it feels to chew five gum. And uh, oh, so dumb. And so I have that on the floor. And then I got this tea tree oil because apparently, like, mint, tea tree, anything like strong smelling and like vapory. So, not strong smelling, like sweet, because obviously that would be like an attractor. Um, Axe body spray. Obviously, everyone's attracted to that. You wouldn't want to be spraying that around your house, or else you'll have like 13-year-old girls and mice in your house. And honestly, what's worse? Um, so I got this tea tree oil and I just douse my front carpet with it because it's like already like a stained, like shitty carpet. It's not dirty, but it's just ugly. So it's like I can douse it a little bit and no one's really going to know the difference. Um, so I douse that and that's just like this rag of smells. And then I douse it behind my oven. I douse it on the floor under my dishwasher, next to my garbage can, and on my walls. I just anoint the place with smells. And I literally felt like I was telling people that I felt like I was in a jar of smelling salts. Like it was absolutely insane. My eyes were just watering. My throat felt like, I felt like a monk, like a throat singing monk. Um, does that even make sense? Who cares? Wow. So it's like comically vapory in my apartment. And not only that, but like I had this peppermint bar of Castile soap because they didn't have peppermint essential oil. They only had the peppermint mop fluid and peppermint bar soap. And the Castile soap, I believe Castile soap is just like olive oil and essential oil because like the fat in the oil is cleansing. Like oil is an emulsifier and oil dissolves, like, by emulsifier, I mean like it'll dissolve like substances, I guess. So like, if you have cleansing oil, like the oil will dissolve with the oil in your face and then wash away, leaving your skin silky smooth, I guess. I mean, I don't fucking know, but like that's kind of my understanding of like what oils do. So that's how you can have soap like that. That makes sense. And I mean, it is rather pleasant, but what I did with the soap was pretty fucking shameful because I took it and I shaved off some chunks into a mug, and I took the mug and I put it into the microwave to melt it. And I turned my back for a second, and I turned back to the microwave, and it's on fire. It's sparking. My microwave is sparking. Like I put like I don't know if you've ever had like a frozen Capri Sun when you were a kid and you like put it in the microwave because you don't understand that the Capri Sun has like a aluminum or some kind of like metal component to it. And if you put it in the microwave, like it sets on fire. And like I didn't ruin my microwave or anything, but like it was full of soap smoke, and that was very funny to me. Uh, Even though I definitely like ruined the mug. And I probably shouldn't be like inhaling burnt soap. I mean, what's the date on that, you know? Uh, but anyway, so I take that soap and I throw it in the garbage. And then I take the bar of soap, now I'm realizing that I can't melt it. So stupid. So I take the bar of soap, almost like a surfer's like a surfer's thing of wax that you would like wax a board with so that you can like stand on it. Um, and I just start rubbing the bar of soap on my walls to, I guess, leave enough of a peppermint residue that it would just, I mean, I was really going scorched earth on this mouse, right? $107 worth of weird oils and basically glue on a piece of gross plastic. I mean, the traps weren't that expensive, but whatever. So at this point, I'm like feeling safe, almost like I'm wearing like 1,000, you know, witch crystals, and like I'm being followed by a priest. Like I thought that I did absolutely everything in my power to just make this go away, and that if there ever was a mouse, which there was, or if there are any more mice, I mean, that they would just be too repulsed by my fragrant living quarters to even attempt to scurry on by. And as my eyes are watering, and as I try to get all of my tasks done, I hear a squeal and I jump out of my seat. And now where am I again? I'm on top of my chair. I'm standing on my chair. But today I'm like, Lauren, we gotta grab some balls, bro. Like, what you did last night when you found the mouse was shameful. There's no excuse for that kind of behavior. This is your house. This is your domain. This is your dojo. And you're just gonna let a little tiny critter abuse you like that? Steal your peace? Steal your sunshine? No, absolutely not. So, I made a couple of attempts to get to the door, or let me in the doorway, because I was like too afraid that it would come out and bite my toes. I mean, I've said this a million times. I really just don't want to lose any toes to a mouse. So, sorry, I'm so itchy. Embarrassing. So I hear the squeaking, and like apparently that means that like it was caught, right? So I'm too afraid to go into my kitchen, so I stand on top of a chair like in the little dining area, and I get my flashlight. Like first I try my phone. My phone flashlight's not strong enough for that kind of distance. So I run into the kitchen, quickly get the flashlight under my sink. Ow. And I get the flashlight under my sink and I stand back on top of the chair and I point it under my dishwasher because all of the other traps were empty. And what do you know? A little fucking mouse is in there. So I'm like, okay, cool. I caught it. That's great. We love that for me. But what do you do now? So I text my boyfriend and I'm like, he was at Hibachi, but I was like, I caught the mouse and I don't know what to do. No one's around. So I call my friend Ryan first, and he's not available. He is in Oregon or something. Oregon. Wow, not Oregon, Lauren? Really? Christ. He's in another state doing God knows what. And then I call my friend Adam, another strong man who will help me in my time of need. And he's like, I'm working a wedding. I can't. I'm sorry, but best believe that next time you have a mouse problem, I will solve it for you because I love mice. They taste so good. That's what he said. And I respect that. And so here I am having called 3 men and no one would come to my rescue. And then I put a message out on Instagram saying I will pay anybody in my area $20 to come over and just take this mouse that I already caught out of my place. I just didn't want to fucking do it. I was terrified. I don't do that kind of shit. Like, I mean, like, no. Sorry. Like, I can deal with, like, cleaning up bodily fluids. Like, one time I had to clean up, like, my ex's puke. because it was everywhere, and like if I didn't, then no one else would have done it. And like I can deal with gross stuff. I just can't deal with like crawling things, you know? So finally I'm like, all right, okay, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it, but I'm gonna film it so that there's at least content and that like people believe me that I did it myself because you know, I feel like I made such a stink about it that people didn't believe that I was capable of doing it myself. So I call my dad and I'm like, what do I do? Because I have to do this myself. And he's just like, just take the trap and throw it in a bag and throw the bag in the trash. And I'm like, Dad, I can't do it. I can't do this. This is crazy. This is too crazy. I can't do this. And I was like, if I wait long enough, will it crawl away? Like if I wait until Dave gets home, will it escape? And he was like, Lauren, you need to calm down. You need to relax. And I was like, answer the question, dude. Like, if I wait, will it escape? And he was like, you're being hysterical. And I was like, Dad, I'm going to hang up the phone. Like, this is crazy. Like, yes or no? And he was like, you need to calm down. So I said, this is fucking ridiculous. And I hang up the phone because it's like, it was literally a yes or no question. I was like, if I wait, will it run away? And it turns out the answer is yes. If you catch a mouse in a glue trap, it'll gnaw its foot off or feet off and like try to like wiggle away. Now, obviously, like, you know, a handicapped mouse is way less fast. Now I think everything is a mouse. This fucking sucks. I look like a fucking wet rat right now. I have CBD oil in my hair. I'm itchy. I have hives everywhere. Oh, wow. Anyway, I took a bunch of carpet chemical that sprays like 6 feet away, and I sprayed the mouse that was already on the glue trap, and then it was screaming, and I did kind of enjoy that, yes, a little bit. And then I realized that I made the glue trap so wet that it was actually getting free quicker. So now I'm like really on the clock, right? So I take another glue trap that I put elsewhere in the home and I muster up some balls and I throw that trap on top of it. So it's like glue trap, carpet chemical, mouse glue trap. And that seemed pretty good to me. And that was so overwhelming that I just had to take a break. So I went outside for a second and I just collected my thoughts. I was really like deeply breathing, hyperventilating, kind of shaking a little bit, like really like my darkest performance as of late. Not proud. And so I'm like, all right, I guess I just, you know, I have this little sandwich now, this little choco taco. How can I dispose of this? And there's like a little lip under my dishwasher, like a wooden like molding piece. So there's like a molding space for the under the dishwasher and then like the whole dishwasher. So there's this like little 3-inch space that's open. So I like get my tongs and see that tongs. Did you like that? I get my tongs and I try to like go and get the sandwich and I can't because the space is too little for the tongs to fully open. So then I get like a spatula and I try to shoo it out, but every time I touch it, like the mouse goes like a little crazy and I'm like, this is fucked up, dude. So eventually I just took the molding and I just ripped it out. Like I just ripped this piece of my kitchen out to expose the hole. Because, you know, I'm just out here exposing holes. It's kind of my thing. And then I take it with a spatula and a long bread knife, like the long serrated ones. It's like the longest knife that you would have in your kitchen. And I make like a little, you know, sandwichy, clampy thing. mechanism. And I take that and I toss it into a bag. And I just had to like look at it before I threw it out because I wanted to make sure that it didn't crawl away while I was outside collecting my composure. And I look and like it was in there, it was dead. It's cool. We love that. But the tail was so big. It was like so like wet and stupid. Like, why? Why me? I have such a clean home. So, I get rid of the mouse, very proud of myself, feeling myself very hard. I mean, like, I took the tongs and I clamped onto the top of the bag and I ran with the bag down the hallway. I get into the hallway where the garbage chute is, and it's just full of cardboard boxes, like so many that I had to like remove them just to get in. So I have like this dead mouse bag that I'm like terrified is gonna like start flipping out and having seizures in the bag, which would have probably made me throw up. But thankfully that didn't happen. So it's just like every like little step of the way here is just like a crazy roadblock. But I mean, phew. Proud of myself for overcoming that. And then all day on Sunday, I went in, dude. I mean, like, I cleaned for 7 hours. That is not an exaggeration. I did not take breaks, except to have a couple cigarettes. But, like, I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't watching TV. Like, I just had my headphones in. And, oh my God, I'm itchy, bro. I had my headphones in and I just powered through and everything is spotless. But, like, as I did it, like, I found, like, mouse droppings in the corner, like under my bed, meaning that it was like under my fucking bed, dude. Like, why? Like, can you avoid that if you live in an apartment? I guess not. Like, I need to call the exterminator for sure. But I also have this weird, like, suspicion that exterminators concoct a certain kind of juice that will repel insects for like a bit, but then kind of like wind up attracting them so that you keep calling them to come back. In the same way that like chapstick has a drying wax in it, that like the more chapstick you use, the more you have to use, you know? It's kind of like a planned, not planned obsolescence, kind of the opposite, like a planned addiction, a planned necessity, maybe. I'm not sure, but I mean, I'm triggered. And everywhere I go in my house, if I have like, I told you earlier that I lose a lot of hair. If like a little piece of my own hair, like this, like brushes up against me, I like think that it's like a demon or a mouse. And it just sucks. It sucks. I mean, there's way worse things going on in the world. But I don't want a mouse to kill me. I don't know. And I always say the blessing is in the lesson. And what is the lesson here? I don't know. Grow balls, I guess. Mice are stupid. If you see something, say something. Maybe that's a good one. Like if you see mouse droppings, say to your landlord, I think I have a mouse. I'm just really hoping that it's just one, dude. And I know that if you see one in the day that that's not true, that like there's supposed to be more, but like the rest of the traps are out and I haven't caught anything. And I was kind of out for like 6 hours or so. So hopefully like that would have been enough time for the place to be like dormant and quiet. Is that redundant? Don't know. Enough for a mouse to be kind of like provoked to come out. Maybe. I'm really not sure. All I know is that sleeping is difficult. But guess what? I have all my toes. I have all my fingers. I have a picture of the dead mouse. I filmed the whole experience. I put it on my Instagram. I know I spent the entire time telling the story, but it's really important because I told people that the story is too long for me to tell everyone individually, so that I would put it here so that they can see it. Um, and I'm a greasy, itchy mess. This is supposed to be a really relaxing bath. And now I'm just cold and damp and itchy with a glass of bourbon, and I still have to edit this whole thing. Oh, it's like the vapor all over again. Well, folks, it's been over an hour. I know I spent the first 10 minutes filling the tub pretty much, but this is the kind of thing you get. I'm trying really hard to keep this shit on a schedule. I'm not quitting it anytime soon. But, 2 months ago, this show was my priority, and then a lot of things happened. A lot of things changed. I got a lot of really cool opportunities, and I'm really leveling up on a daily basis. So unfortunately, this is like the second to last thing on my priority list, like in terms of creative output. But regardless, the creative output will remain steady-ish. Today is Monday. It was supposed to come out yesterday. And before that, it was supposed to come out Thursday. And before that, it was supposed to come out, actually, no, because last time I did the episode on Thursday. So, this one's a little late, and I'm sorry. But thank you for being here for me, listening to me, being cool. The next one will be more interesting and less, I don't know. I was going to say soliloquist, as if that is a word, but it's not. Solipsistic. I'm going to look that up afterwards. I feel like solipsism, I don't know. Trying to keep my brain sharp, and I've been reading a lot more. And I know that kind of seems impossible, but when you realize how much time you're on your phone in your free time, like if I'm having a cigarette, like I'm also like I'm sometimes reading a book and I'm sometimes on my phone. So really just trying to optimize my young brain while I can, because there's really nothing more important than that. And I mean, you could get hit by a car tomorrow and it'll all be over. And then what? I guess it wouldn't really matter. I guess nothing would really matter. But I love life so much that I want to take advantage of every waking moment. I know it doesn't seem like it as I'm slouched over in this damp, oily tub. But I'm just a little exhausted, and I got a lot of sun today. And, just really taking a load off for the first time. As soon as I woke up this morning, I was just going. I did all of my work for my day job before noon, and then noon went to the beach, and then continued to work at the beach. And then we filmed at the beach, and then we drove home. And then I edited podcast, and then I filmed this podcast. And now I have to edit it. And at some point I should order groceries. And at some point I should go to the doctor. And at some point I should listen to the Beyonce album one more time so that I'm not such a hater about it, because I feel like there's probably something I'm missing there. Sometimes you got to listen to these things 2 or 3 times before you get the point, Oh God. Look, I'm the luckiest woman in the world. I'm in love. I am in love with life and with the people in my life. And I'm very, very full of gratitude and energy, believe it or not. I just don't want it to end. And I guess it doesn't have to, as long as I keep working really hard. But I'm going to be better at putting the podcast out weekly as intended. And I appreciate your listenership and your attention and everything that you do. You keep me happy and alive and sharp. It's very important that I have an audience to talk to, and I'm glad that you could be it. So, with that being said, before the space runs out on my phone and before I itch my eyes out, cheers. Oh, fuck, that's disgusting. It got warm while I was in the tub. Oh, it's evaporating into my mouth and eyes. Oh. With that being said, my name is Lauren. This has been Lauren's Dreamhouse. You are the best. I love you very much. Thank you for all your kind words. And please continue to stick this out with me. I can't wait to actually tell you more about this ambiguous shit that I'm talking about. But I love you very much. And you're all my favorite. And I'll see you next time. Bye.